The title of this video is not clickbait, this set is indeed a ridiculous one. As a matter of fact, I'm even willing to say that this set is tier 0 because if certain decks are left unchecked, this set is going to completely destroy the game. But anyways, let's dive right into the best cards from Duelist Nexus. First things first, we've got the new Altergeist support. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but yak sign, Altergeist is garbage, Labyrinth is the best new trap deck. Nah, don't sleep on Altergeist like that. The new support is actually terrifying because it actually fixes a lot of flaws that the deck used to have. The new Mull Wisp actually allows Melusik to become a one-card combo that can actually turn into an access code. You can easily summon Altergeist Hexy on turn 1 and also get your stuff going. Altergeist can now unironically lose to Nibiru, how hilarious. By the way, the support is good, but it's nothing compared to what other decks have received. Revolution Synchron is what I like to call a custom card. And the card was probably designed by someone who was high on a substance that was probably cooked in an RV by a bald guy and a junkie. The card does everything. You can use it from your hand to synchro summon, and it also allows you to revive itself back as a level 1 so that you can go into Crystal Wing and dodge Nibiru. And with a level 4 monster, you can go into an Ancient Fairy Dragon and then get your stuff going, summon more monsters, and that's just ridiculous. But the fact that the name contains Synchron is actually really important. Now, tuning can actually search 2 really relevant cards, so Assault Synchron as well as this card. So yeah, combo decks are now more powerful, more consistent, and more resilient than ever. You better believe that a wide variety of decks can utilize this card, such as Tier Elements, ABC, and Manadome. Speaking of Manadome, they're receiving a stupid card too. Visa's Amritara is a level 8 Synchro Tuner monster that can even be Synchro summoned using 2 Tuner monsters. Or if you want to, you can use a Tuner and a non-Tuner, depends on your mood. All 3 of its effects are broken on top of its intrinsic characteristics. It's always called Visa Starfrost on the field, which is already relevant. It can allow you to destroy a monster on your board, which is really good with the Manadome field spell. And upon Synchro Summon, you can search your deck for any spell or trap card that mentions Visa Starfrost in the card text. And yo, there's like 20 billion cards that mentions Visa Starfrost because at this point, its Shaboy is basically the new Fallen of Albaz. And deadass, the lore supporting Visa Starfrost might be the best one in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! Around Visa Starfrost, we've got Scareclaw, Tier Elements, Kashtira, and Manadome. 4 extremely competitive and respectable decks. Nothing can go wrong with this card, and you're about to see it a lot. By the way, a new Manadome ball is also coming out in Duelist Nexus, but honestly, we can kind of live without it. It's obviously good, but not really worth going over. Alright, next up is the Infernoble support, and I'm actually gonna stay until tomorrow morning if I cover everything. Basically, the new level 5 Synchro monster Angelica is stupid and allows you to single-handedly summon Charles. And then you can turn the Synchro Charles into the Link 1 Charles, which also has a spell or trap negate, on top of copying every single effect that the older Charles used to have. And then we've got a really unfair field spell that can actually search your deck for a card, and on top of that, you can special summon back the Charles that you got back with the Link 1. The Infernoble deck changed so much that it's actually now a pure warrior deck, because back then it was kind of like a pile deck. Long gone are the days where Isolde actually turned into Needle Fiber and Link Cross and Aurora Dawn, etc. Now the deck is pure, clean, and minimalistic. Smash the like button if you want some Infernoble combos. Alright, so we covered some really good fire support, but how about some other fire cards such as Rescue Ace? 2 incredible cards are coming out in the form of a monster by the name of Preventer as well as a quick play spell card by the name of Emergency. Preventer is a Book of Moon as well as a double extender because it can summon itself as well as any of your Rescue Ace monsters from the banished when it is sent to the graveyard. And Emergency is a really stupid card that probably shouldn't exist. It is basically an emergency teleport with the added stipulation of tributing a Rescue Ace monster from the hand or field upon resolution. This might look bad, but it's actually really good because if you're getting hit by Imperm, you can chain Emergency, summon a monster, and then tribute the monster that was being targeted by Imperm. So even if your opponent had the infinite impermanence for the Turbulence, you really don't care because you can still play around it. This deck can now easily achieve 3 interruptions with 1 single card, which is absurd. The only big flaw of this deck is that it doesn't really interact with spells and traps, so it loses really hard to Duster, Lightning Storm, and Evenly. Either way, very scary deck and borderline invincible when it goes first on game 1. This video is getting long, huh? Yo, my bad, it's because there's too many good cards in the set. Alright, speaking of good cards, who the hell allowed Crimson Dragon to become a card? It allows everyone and their mother to summon Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity as if it was nothing. And by the way, this is a 1-card combo in Super Heavy Samurai and a 2-card combo in Manadome that can play around Nibiru. And Forbidden Droplet on your Crimson Dragon because you can search a counter trap. Board Breakers won't do anything, and this card is basically a better Kali Yuga but without the bricks. It's a stupid card, but hey, in the anime it's basically a god, so it kinda makes sense that it's broken. And to be honest with you, even if King Calamity gets banned, this card is still really good. By the way, I talked about Super Heavy Samurai being able to use this card, but did you know that the deck is also getting a new monster? Super Heavy Samurai security is not too bad at all and actually might help the deck recover from the loss of the Link 1 monster. Upon summon, you can recycle back a Super Heavy Samurai Pendulum monster from extra deck to the hand, but that's not super relevant. And on the field, you can tribute it to revive back one of your Earth Machine monsters with 1500 or less attack. But the really irrelevant thing is the fact that it has 500 attack, so it is actually searchable by Ancient Gearbox. Pretty awesome, huh? Now, Super Heavy Samurai monsters all have very low attack, so they will all get smacked by the new Chapel card. Banishing Chapel is not too bad in the Traptrix deck, as it banishes monsters face down. Alright, we're getting near the end, but brace yourselves because some of the cards I'm about to go over are really unfair. First of all, the new Unchained support is extremely good and definitely worth looking into. The deck is safe from pretty much every hand trap because you're always setting cards from deck to field, you're summoning monsters from deck, and pretty much all of your cards float. You don't have to combo off and summon 10 billion monsters turn 1, so Nibiru is useless, Droll can be played around, and Ash is not enough. This deck is capable of grinding with pretty much every other grind deck, and it can play a lot of floodgates as well. Very good pick for next format, but you're gonna have to smash the like and subscribe button for combos and deck profile. Fusion Armament is a better instant fusion, and honestly, you can do some really disgusting things with this card. I've learned the hard way that you can't summon Natura Exterio by using Muddy Muddragon as well as Najura Barkion or Beast, but it's not the end of the world because you can still go into Cyber Dark and Dragon. And yeah, this card doesn't lock you under fusions only for the rest of the turn or something, so it's really abusable. Runic is getting a new really good fusion monsters that facilitates board breaking, so I'm really not looking forward to facing that deck. Dark World is getting Dark Corridor, which is beyond insane, and honestly would have been tier 0 if it was actually a Dark World spell card. There's also a new trade-in-esque spell card for level 10 monsters, or a combination of monsters whose total level equal 10, and it's not once per turn. The new Epurely Noir might actually be the best card from the set, and honestly might turn purely into a tier 0 deck if it dodges the ban list. Sleepy Memory will become the new Delicious Memory, and the deck will be out of control. A new incredible rank 6 monster by the name of Evilzor Lars is also coming out and might power creep a lot of Xyz monsters. It's a rank 6 Omni-Negate and it's generic. That's pretty disgusting. This set has even more good cards in it, but as I said, I'm gonna be rambling up until tomorrow morning if I keep going over every single card. Overall, this set is disgusting and 100% will have a huge impact on the metagame. Anyways, guys, that's all I had for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts about Duelist Nexus in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.